Hello and welcome to SML After Dark. I am Primetime 000, joined by the one, the only, the Mad Bomber. How you doing, man?
I'm good for after dark though. It does look pretty light out,
It's
but
pretty light.
that's fine. That's probably the neon lights.
We're old men, dude. We go to bed
That's right.
at a good time, dude. So hey, I want to talk a little bit about this season, and I was debating: hey, do we open up this show with pleasantries, or do I just say what I'm thinking? And I need your.
This is
Go ahead.
after dark, right? Well, there's no reason to do that compliment sandwich. Let's just jump right into it.
Dan's an idiot, dude. Dan is a freaking idiot. I'll just say it right now, and I want you just to shoot me straight if you think I'm wrong.
I don't think you're wrong.
Okay. So, so I go in chat and I see, and don't worry, the receipts are popping up on the screen for the fans at home. Dan says the game has sucked since January. The game is not good since January. I'm like, what's changing? So I'm looking for patch updates. What could change in January? It just so happens to be Dan's last Super Bowl he played in was in the middle of January. So the same guy making excuses for the COVID vax, the same guy blaming summer, the same guy now saying since January the game has sucked. In my opinion, I have all the grace in the world for people who want to say things about the game in chat. But every single day, non-stop, winning, like you're just going to drive yourself mad. And just admit that losing has also not made it any better for you. What do you think? Am I crazy?
I think you are not crazy at all. As somebody who hates the game, especially when I lose, you can see it. You see it a mile away. Look at Q. Q at least says, I get mad when I lose. He has no problem admitting that it's because he loses. He doesn't like the game, gets frustrated. I'm 100% convinced we saw that 4-13 season because he started losing, got a suspension, got all pouty faced, and he was done. Dan, on the other hand, it's not about winning and losing. It's not. Dan, you lost the Super Bowl, or not the Super Bowl. You didn't make the Super Bowl. It wasn't even the AFC Championship.
Divisional.
It was the division game. Yeah, lose the divisional on a block kick, and all of a sudden it's that spiral down the drain. Woe is me. And it's just been everything that happens in Madden now is just magnified because he's still dwelling on that. It's the losing. We're closing in on the last two Simbardis. He doesn't have one. I think it's just all kind of boiling up to the surface. And there's no, like you said, the game was fine in January when he was going to the Super Bowl. As soon as he's not going to the Super Bowl, game's garbage. It's completely him losing.
Do you think that there's anything related to, how do I word this? Like, the fact that Torque is probably and since I've been here the whole time, but probably his biggest playoff loss ever. Like, has he had a bigger playoff upset? I mean, he had the one versus NYT, but in my opinion, Dan wasn't Dan then. I know there's a Dookie game where he fat fingered, but like Dookie was at least like good enough to win games. Like he had a pretty good win percentage. Like, to me, Dan is Dan. He's got the roster. He's had great records. I think it being probably the biggest playoff upset of his career, too, is impacting it.
Yeah, I think it's probably been the biggest playoff upset of his career, not counting the NYT game, because I don't know how Dan was. That's like I joined, I think that season, actually.
Oh, wow.
But not counting the Torque game, the biggest upset was probably 3 seasons prior when Raider fan beat him.
Yeah.
I think that was probably his biggest upset. So he's had 2 of his bigger upsets this cycle. So it's not really a surprise that he's all of a sudden, out on the game. I haven't heard the summer excuse yet. We haven't heard summer, but that's because he still hasn't won one yet. So he doesn't want to discredit the last couple Super Bowls before he gets one.
That's true. It's just been a weird cycle, obviously. So what do you think? How do you think it's going to shake out then? Obviously, Dan's a good player, I still think. I mean, do you think he's going to get one, or do you think this is going to be the first cycle, I think, ever in his SML career where he doesn't win one?
I think he's in trouble. This season, he's got that trip. He said now I saw the dates and I thought either the 15th or the 17th he's playing. But right now, with it being the 10th today and we're just now heading into week 18, either tonight or tomorrow, I think he's going to be in trouble for getting that game in. So I think this season's out. Depending how it falls, it could still split his trip. But even then, he just lost to QP, which QP's good. It's not like that's a big upset, but he's going to have to face him again. I just think he's in trouble. I think the last season he's going to be, if he doesn't win it this season, I mean, you see how it's already snowballing. It's going to be terrible next season. It's going to be week 5. I'm on vacation. He'll be in the Dominican
Yep.
at the beach or doing something. Like there's no way he pulls it together and wins the last season.
Do you think that, I know you mentioned QP, so I want to talk about him for a second. Obviously, he's really good when his electric bill is not that high. So obviously I just got word he's bombed Iran, so his electric bill's going up, so that probably means he's going to lose in the playoffs. So how do you think he's going to shake out now? I mean, obviously he's kind of been up and down. I think he is another one of those guys that, in my opinion, I've seen him in chat running his mouth a little more, bumping his gums more than I've seen from him. Do you think he's just trying to get Dan riled up to kind of be the old? Do you think he's trying to help give Dan spark again, or do you think QP's just trying to find his own confidence?
I actually think it's a little bit of QP trying to take maybe a little bit of that spotlight off of him. He's another guy used to winning all the time, hasn't won yet. There's only 2 Super Bowls left. You've only lost 2 all cycle, so let's assume you're going to win at least one of those. That means one of those 2 is out. And I think maybe the pressure is getting to them. They're both used to winning. They're both used to being in the Super Bowls consistently. Dan, like you said, hasn't been since January. QP hasn't been since I don't even know when. It was maybe the Bucks. I don't know if that was the last one. Maybe he had one with the Chargers after that. So I mean, I think both of them, the pressure is getting to them. I think Q is probably in a better place right now. He just beat Dan, so that's a little bit of a confidence builder going into the playoffs here in another week. So. But I think they're both really feeling the pressure.
Yeah, no, I don't think QP can win a Super Bowl unless if it's against Noel or something. I mean, I haven't seen him win a Super Bowl against a real player, maybe ever. So switching gears a little bit here, I was in chat and I seen this poll go up about the switch off, I think the kickoff. So essentially, and Doink actually said, hey, if you're going to kick off and you're going to take your guy up to the returner, if you switch off, he put in chat, I just seen, that it should be the number one top rule that the SML needs to add, the switch offs on kickoffs to tackle. You have to, if you're on the guy, you need to make sure you follow through in the tackle. And if not, you're super corny. As I look at that, I guess to get my opinion on it, like, I do think it's weak, maybe, if you do it. At the same time, sometimes I just accidentally push buttons to push buttons. So I'd have to see, like, is it happening 7 times a game, once or twice a game? I looked at Tiny's stream. It seemed to only happen once. So when I see that, I do think if someone's doing it repetitively, it's weak. But in a way, it's like adding a rule for that seems a little, I guess, much for me. It's just another thing that I'd have to go back through and watch. I don't know. What do you think?
Yeah, well, first things first, I'm going to switch off of this topic real quick and go back to you saying QP didn't beat anybody, because by the time we get to right now, QP's already put it in chat that he beat you when you were the Chiefs and he was the Lions.
Are you kidding me? Oh,
so,
yeah.
So I'm sure it's already in chat. By the time people are watching this, that has already been posted in chat. QP's not going to waste any time.
If he beat me 5 years ago, back when gas was $1.98 a gallon, he can have it. But modern era, he beat me in the plumber era. Everybody knows the only guys that are winning in the modern era right now are you and me. He has not won in the modern era. And the fact of the matter is, when he changed his playbook, when his guy that he used to use his passing game sucks now. He can't throw 10 yards down the field. I don't know how, but he lost his ability to make reads. He defensively, he gobbles up whatever Dan teaches him. Come playoff time, he led up the same offense that Torque threw dots all over him, and then used the Dan methodology, blamed a loss on Torque on a phone call. So I mean, that's just the truth of the matter. I mean, the guy is mentally weak. If he's winning, it's great. If he's losing, it's either the electric bill or he's taking a phone call against a lawyer or something. I mean, that's just the truth. And QP hasn't been relevant since what, 2023 maybe.
Yeah, you actually bring up a good point. Who were Dan's 2 biggest upsets this season that we said, or this cycle that we said?
Torque and Raider
fan, and Torque. Who else did Raider fan and Torque beat in both of those runs immediately after beating Dan? QP. Both times.
That's crazy, actually.
There may be something to that. Maybe don't take Dan's advice when you're getting ready to play a guy that just beat him.
I think when QP was good, he was always a good Robin. He was never a good Batman. And he found a good way to make sure he lined up with Batman. But right now, he's lined up with the wrong Batman. He's lined himself up with, like, Nightwing or something. I don't know who, but not Batman.
Darkwing Duck or something. Yeah. All right. So going back to your other one, I just had to get that because I know he's already posted it in chat by the time this airs. But as far as the clicking off, It's like 2K. I think it's an annoyance when somebody does it. Like if I'm going to play the computer, I might as well just play the computer. If you don't want to make the tackles, um, but at the same time, I suppose if you're the offense and they're clicking off, that gives you the advantage anyway because the computer can't stop any spin moves, juke moves,
Yeah.
any type of running moves. So you have the advantage there. And as far as police, you can't. There's no way to police. I hit the PS button every time I go to make a hit stick. I'm sure there's plenty of other people hitting the wrong button. You see guys diving all over the place. I don't know if they're trying to dive. It'd be too difficult to try and gauge what is somebody making an attempt to do that. I think it's kind of scummy if you're doing it intentionally, but you are taking the risk that now the user can take advantage of that AI defender.
I know. I 100% agree. I do think that, as I look around the SML a little bit, I don't see it too often. Actually, maybe I'm just naive to it or something, but I do. It seems like people are trying to make tackles, and if you do get lined up against the computer, like you said, you spin or you juke, and it's just an instant shed. So I don't think it does much. I do want to take a moment, and I don't know if you have anything that's burning on your heart, but I do want to say something I was right about 100%. And that is Eddie completely sucking. I said it right after the season. I was like, that was his only shot at a some party. I said that he was going to miss the playoffs. Damon's like, no, he's going to make it. And then Damon's like, hey, Prime should add me on a segment. Damon, you are an idiot, just like your dad. You were completely wrong about that. Now you and Eddie have like a combined 7 wins right now or something crazy. So, what do you think's going on with Eddie? I know he went on vacation, but that division, no offense to DW, is terrible. What do you think's going on there?
Well, let's be real. It's not really any offense to DW because he hasn't played any of the games, so
Yeah.
that doesn't even matter.
He
May
switched
have
off.
done better. Yeah, he switched off. So, so I think with Eddie, number one, the home field advantage. Let's not pretend that didn't carry him through the playoffs. I mean, he got by KP because of the home field advantage. That's a huge advantage. That 3-point, basically, you're taking 3 points off the board at least half the time. So I think that's helped him a lot. And I think just the more guys play him, I think Eddie is one of those guys that's just very repetitive as far as he's going to do what he's going to do, and there's no adjusting. So if it works, he's going to kill you. If it doesn't work, he's going to score 3 points before he goes on vacation, and you're going to beat him 14-3 and end up winning DW's Player of the Week.
Player of the Week.
So I think that's kind of what's caught up to him. SML passes notes, for lack of a better term.
Yep.
Everybody's going to ask, what do I need to know about him? Slice is the first one to give you all the tips on him. I asked him, what do I need to know about Eddie? And I got a paragraph.
Me
I had
too.
to scroll down.
Oh, it's crazy.
And I'm on a computer. I got a 24-inch monitor or whatever it is, and I had to scroll down. Like it was that much stuff.
It was good.
And it was all dead on. So he's not changing things up. I think he got probably a little ahead of himself when he made the Super Bowl on what was a really improbable run. Mm-hmm. And all of a sudden, trying to ride that wave, but it just wasn't there. And you saw it in the early part of the season before he left, and then even when he came back.
No, I in a way, I think it'd be better for Eddie if he was winning. But I think now I look through the AFC conference heading to the playoffs, and I see familiar names in a lot of them, and I'm like, okay, the AFC playoffs this season. I know Dan might miss a game due to a sim or something, which sucks, but like these are the names that should be there, and I felt like, no offense to Eddie or Torque, but maybe that wasn't the best list last season. I do want to circle back around to something I said or I was thinking about, and reading through chat, and I see the comments about people angling polls to get specific responses, and I'll be honest, dude, I sometimes angle polls to get stupid responses, and I just don't think it's that deep though. Like, I'm just trying to have fun. Like, if I want to know if Vilma or Daphne's more, I don't like. I'm just being stupid. Like, it's just not that deep to me. And I think it's great that we're passionate, but at the same time, like, we're just trying to have fun around here, right?
Yeah, I don't think anybody is. First of all, what would be the advantage if I go in there and I write a poll and I try to lead everybody to an answer? What does that do? What am I going to do? Come back and be like, look at the 37 people that voted on this poll. This you did this. Like, what's the point? If that poll was 32-0 said it's cheesy, wouldn't change a thing.
Yeah.
So I think Doink looks for boogeymen where there's not boogeymen. He thinks that there's somebody else using Reddit. That's not a fact.
Yeah.
I know for a fact where the Reddit came from, and it wasn't from somebody using it. It was from somebody running their mouth and got called out. So
I think our Reddit guy that leaked it would be a lot better if they were if they
Yeah,
were
you would think
using
so.
Reddit.
You would think he wouldn't have 2 wins this year. But yeah, I just think he looks for boogeyman. He's trying to be attacked so badly that he's looking for any way that somebody's trying to mislead these polls. Or I just think it's just looking for boogeymen that aren't there.
Do you got anything on your chest at all? I know I've been kind of babbling.
I do, and I saved it for last because I don't want it to ruin the show. But Matt, come on,
Oh
he's in
no,
chat all the
no.
time. Yeah. I'm going. It's after dark, so nothing's off limits, and I'm going against Matt here. He beat you in like a week 6 game, and he keeps talking about this. Oh, I know how to beat Prime. You can't beat anybody else. You got 2 wins, and you beat him in the regular season. Dump beat you twice this regular season.
Yeah.
The guys know how to do it in the regular season. Your win percentage is basically the same. I think it's 840, and it's normally 812, and that's adjusted for the way this one's gone. But it's not the regular season. Matt can say he beat you in the playoffs. He also ran play action and shotgun and did other things. I think it's just the lights are too bright, and I think Matt needs to maybe make the playoffs before he starts giving these guys tips on how to beat you, because they can already do that in the regular season like he can.
Do you think that obviously Matt seems to be trying to win a boxing match with one hand behind his back, almost like he's trying to knock someone out with just his left hand or something. It feels like to me.
It does.
And at what point it seems like there's this draw of these people like, it's just Matt, whatever. At what point do you think it goes from, okay, I'm fine with this, whatever, it's not my favorite, to, okay, this is crossing? Is there a line in your head where it's crossed?
To me, and I've told you this before, that play where he took the quarterback, accidentally went forward, where he always steps up in the pocket, like right up to the line, and he gets pushed forward sometimes. Well, this time he crossed the line and he ran 90 degrees directly to the sideline. To me, like, if I'm watching and I'm trying to join a sim league, I'm looking for the best Madden league that's on PlayStation or cross-platform, whatever. I'm looking for the best Madden online CFM. And the first thing I see is this dumbass run straight up and then 90 degrees to the sideline. Like, oh, not this league. This league's retarded. So I'm like, there's no way that when you get to the point where like you want to have your stuff, like I'm not gonna run with the quarterback. I'm not gonna run stretches. I'm not gonna play action. I'm not gonna run shot. Whatever he wants to do, like you can have your own style. But when it gets to the point where you look ridiculous to the outside, like that, to me, you're making the league look bad at that point. So I think that's where the line is. Not trying to win. Like we've seen him not call timeouts. He doesn't run hurry up. Dude, if you don't know how to run hurry up, and we're like, you've been here 5 cycles and you played before. If you don't know how to run hurry up, print it out. Do something. Like you're just dumb. Like don't make fun of Tiny for being dumb because you've played a game for 8 years and don't know how to run hurry up. That's on you. So to me, when it looks bad from the outside, like, I mean, this is stuff that Fig would have got a suspension for. So I think that is where you got to draw the line. You can play your style. You can, play with your toes if that's what you want to do. I know you're a foot guy. Play with your toes, run up the middle, keep running into your guy's ass. I mean, it looks dumb, but it's not like turning 90 degrees and running to the sideline. To me, that's over the top.
I think if he ran with his quarterback, like remember he did it against our tap dancer guy, Noobs.
Noobs.
First of all, that was cool when he did it. Like it got me fired up. But like, and then if he wants to apologize and go to mass, that Saturday when he does it or whatever. But I think that would be better if he did it once or twice a season on accident or whatever the case is, or just run for 5 yards and slide or something. But I do agree that sometimes it looks crazy. Is Matt your least favorite member?
No, Meat's still in the league.
Yeah.
Yeah. No, it's not. It's not. Matt's probably not even in the bottom 10.
Is Meat? I was going to ask you this. Meat's being in your division. He's terrible, by the way. He seems like he's regressed. Or am I crazy?
Yeah, he's got ever since he lost Lamar. He'll say it's not Lamar. He loves the cap space. I enjoy the cap space picking number 5 because
he sucks now.
I mean it's there's a clear line. Lost Lamar, no longer made the playoffs. He made 5. I think it was 5 out of 6 or 5 out of 6 with Lamar. The last 2 without Lamar, nothing. So, I mean, you can say what you want, but that's a clear change in outcomes.
What's it been like with him in your division now? It's been 8 seasons or whatever it's been.
It's not as bad. You get used to it. He tries to get under your skin. I mean, it's not even like he just does it by being him. Like he actively tries to do it. His scheduling, man, I should have taken a forced win the other day against him because he told me when I forget where I went. I think I went to that concert in Georgia, and I was like, man, the only time I can play at like 9:45 this night. He's like, 9:45 is too late for me. Okay, well, it's the only time I have, so I'll give you the forced win if you can't play at that time. But my window's 1 hour or whatever.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, then this last time we play, we're like, all right, let's play it. I think it was 5 or something or 5:30. Well, he hits me back the next morning. Hey, can we move it to 6:30? I should have said nope, can't move it. Already got plans. But no, I flexed and played the game. But he's very strict on his schedule, and he's not really being flexible. It's going to be, by the time Nick at Night comes on, he's in bed.
Dude, imagine a division with Meats, Stavo, QP, and somebody else. I mean, it would be those games never get played. Never get played.
I mean, just that thought is the reason why you don't go to an empty division.
Yeah, I know. It sucks because we're picking top 3, and
yeah, I mean, you almost have to try and talk some people below you into like, hey, if I go this team, are you willing to take this team? Like, who do you want? And I'll see if there's a team there.
It's crazy. Oh yeah, dude.
Yeah.
So
it's dangerous.
It's dangerous, dude. It's dangerous. I was just thinking now. Obviously, we probably should talk about playoffs as we're wrapping up here. What do you think going into this playoff run? Obviously, we got this season. I think. Did you say the beta's coming out tomorrow?
Yeah, beta's tomorrow.
Oh wow. So beta's already coming out. So the focus might be split for some guys. How do you see this playoff shaking out?
I think it's going to be pretty much the way it normally does, or the way it should. I don't think there's going to be as many big upsets. I think especially this point in the year, I think guys have kind of found their stride. Like you said, the playoffs now, at least in the AFC, are shaping up to be, the 7 guys you expect to be there. You don't have really any surprises. I think Torque might be able to sneak in right now. Actually, no, I think that's locked. Actually, I was looking at it earlier, and Tug plays MMX, who's gone. So, so that's locked. Like Tug's going to be the 7 seed. So that I don't think is going to play out too odd. Maybe if you get like a QP Tug round 1 matchup, because Tug seems to have QP's number, and they have a tie and a Tug win, and I think both games came down to the wire. So you could see a Tug upset there. Raider fan, always good for an upset. KP, he may not even be an upset because he may win the division if he can beat Dan week 18. Right. So that'll be, I think, pretty much what everybody expects. NFC side, other than missing, it looks like Damon's going to be missing again. I think it depends what happens with that 7 seed. Dump getting in would be scary for the 2 seed, but Tiny getting in is like a second bye. So
yeah,
but I'm excited.
It'd be fun to see Tiny get in that 2 seed and have him play like AJ or something, a little, and then.
I mean, AJ right now could be the 2 seed. You're right.
Get Tiny and AJ. If Tiny can beat AJ, and then I get him, round 2. Get Tiny,
Look at Tiny just beat Doink. He's got a 10-win team right now, so Tiny can catch a little bit of fire.
You never know.
We'll see what happens. But.
You never know. Bomber, anything else you got left to say here as we're, obviously it's light here, but in our After Dark episode?
No, I think we've pretty much alienated everybody. I don't think we missed anybody. Damon said he wanted to be part of a topic, didn't he?
Oh yeah.
So I don't know if you want to just dump on him for a little bit.
Yeah, I do. I feel like he had this bright idea, and he messaged me in the middle. When was our team draft? Middle of August, late August. He messaged me like a week or 2 before the team draft, and he's like, "Let me talk you into taking the Lions, bro." And I'm like, I don't know. Like, it could be hard to leave the Colts. He's like, "No, I'm going to take the Packers if you take the Lions." And I'm like, you know what? Like, I guess it's up to the wheel. But, like, if the wheel lands on the Lions, like, this kid's going to regret it. And I slowly watched his messages in chat over the course of the year. And I'm like, why subject yourself to that? Like, what are you trying to prove? Like, no offense, but you haven't won anything. And now he's so he's so depressed with the game. I think him and his dad go in the corner and must like cry together. It's bad.
Oh, yeah.
So if I'm Damon, my only Damon segment is this: like, find a weak division, take a good team, go the Stavo route, but actually win in the playoffs. Then, because like you're not that great. You're a solid player, but you're only as good as what your dad tells you what to do. And so if you can join a bad division with a solid team, I think you could probably make a run in the playoffs at some point if you catch fire. But total mistake joining my division. He won't ever admit it, but I don't think he'll ever do it again.
Yeah, I think that was a mistake. He just spent all cycle as the Browns unable to get out of your shadow with the Godfrey trade
That's
and just
fun.
get advancing in the playoffs. He just could not do it. Why would you think that, you know what, now I should go ahead and join his division? And it just didn't work out. And like you said, it's as Dan spirals down, maybe not record wise, because he's still like the number 2 seed, but
Yep.
as Dan's motivation and, maybe he's not preparing as much, he's not learning the game as much. Watch Damon's downslide. It coincides with that. So he can say he doesn't get any information from him. I literally heard it in game, him saying, "What do I run now?" So
That's
I mean,
crazy.
you can say you don't do anything, but clearly, in crunch time, there was some assistance asked for. So Dan not putting as much time into the game, coinciding with Damon's slide, kind of lines up that maybe there was some help there, kind of keep him buoyed a little bit.
It's bad decision, But hey, I hope he learns from it, and if he can join a division with Fig and some others, I think that'd be good for him. Guys,
Stavo will be asking him next season.
Stavo, Fig, NYT, I could see that shaking out to be a thing for sure.
Yep.
We're at 26 minutes, almost 27 minutes here on SML After Dark. Bomber, I appreciate you doing it with me, man.
Yeah, absolutely. We can do it together anytime.
Guys, we are signing off. SML After Dark. No H. Everyone take care.